and sisters in humanity, welcome to Ramadan 10th indoors. Our first speaker is Professor Gwen Griffitth-Dickson from she's the director of Lokahi Foundation and the vice principal of Haytham College. And to my left, to her right, is Brother Ajmal Masroor, who is the Imam at Goose Street Mosque, which is the Muslim World League. He's also a British Imam and an alumni at this prestigious and wonderful institute. So please, a warm welcome to them both. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very, very much for inviting me. I'm really, really honoured to be asked. Bismillah. Someone once said to me, "Well, I'm going to tell you the secret of success," and I thought, thank God for that. And he said, I was waiting for these big words of wisdom, he said, "Just keep going." And I was extremely let down, because I was expecting either something very profound, very exalted, or something very productivity oriented, 5-year goal, find the right mentor, what's the right way to succeed at something. And he said, the 3 kind of most boring words you can imagine, just keep going. So I was distinctly unimpressed, but thankfully that sunk in somewhere, and I have come to agree that this is the secret of success, just keep going. So you're now going to think it's going to be the most boring 5 minutes, and thank God that I'm to speak. There is, of course, a wonderful word for that, the sabr, which is what I think it's really about. I remember a young woman interviewing me and saying, "What's your passion?" And something in me thought, I'm not sure that's the right question. Because passion gives out. Passion burns out. What is my passion? Well, there are certain mornings where there is no passion. Do you stop? Or do you just keep going? But I'd rather turn from that way of expressing it to something said by a figure that I really revere, Ali ibn Abi Talib. And there's a passage in the Nahj in his sermons where he says, it just resonates for me. Your aim is before you. Behind it is the hour that's driving you on. Keep light and overtake. Keep light and overtake. And to some extent, that seems to be a message for this particular month, maybe this stage of a month in midsummer where the days are very long, and we've had a heat wave, and you're trying to just keep going. Keeping light and overtaking is about stripping away everything that you do not literally need to take with you. And ultimately, there is only one thing you need to take with you to keep going and overtake the opposition, overtake the obstacle, and overtake the resistance that you're going to face. There's another passage from a later sermon in the Nahj which is an even more powerful passage, and I've been reflecting on this one for years now and just letting it reverberate in my head. Action, action, then the aim, and be steadfast, and then endure, and then self-control, self-mastery. Truly you have an objective, attain your objective. Truly you have a sign, be guided by your sign. Truly Islam has an objective, pursue its objective, pursue Allah's objective, fulfill what He demands of you. There's something of a drive and a relentless thing that when I get completely depressed and completely frustrated, that quotation just picks me up as action, focus, sabr, just keep going, pursue God's objective. And that's the difficult part, isn't it? Even knowing, having the arrogance to say that you can imagine what's the be God's objective. But tonight, this is graced by being an interfaith iftar. I have my mind on one particular objective in 5th surah, where the revelation is that God gave His revelation to the Jewish people, to the Christian people, to Muslims, and He said, "You will all come to me in the end." And taking that as God's objective. Because how much of when we're pursuing religion are we really pursuing God's objective? I mean, many of us pursue religion quietly achieving other objectives. Attention, power, status, feeling better, whatever it may be, how often are we really only single-mindedly pursuing God's objective? And sometimes that objective is about opening out to other people. But I want to end with two particular quotes from two traditions. And one is actually from the grandson of Ali ibn Abi Talib, but the other is from St. Thomas Aquinas in the Christian tradition. He was a great philosopher and a great theologian, but he also wrote poetry, which is much less well known. And he chose the same image as Zayn al-Abidin. So I want to share those two passages with you, very different and coming from the same heart and soul, I believe. So this is St. Thomas. How is it that they live for eons in such harmony, the billions of stars, when most men can barely go a minute without declaring war in their mind against someone they know? There are wars where no one marches with flag, though that does not keep the casualties from mounting. Our hearts irrigate the earth. We are like fields before each other. How can we live in harmony? First, we need to know that we are madly in love with the same God. And then picking up that same image, Zayn al-Abidin, the beautiful kunya, nickname of the ornament to the worshippers, great-grandson of the Prophet. My God, love-mad hearts are enraptured by thee. Disparate intellects are brought together by thee. Hearts find no serenity except in remembering thee. Souls find no rest except in seeing thee.